Please be seated. Your Worshipful the Mayor, distinguished guests, the Deputy Dean from the Faculty of Education, Health and Human Sciences, University of Greenwich, Professor Brian Bogue.
Good afternoon, everyone, and you are very welcome to the University of Greenwich. Your Worship, graduands, families, friends, guests, and members of our university community behind me, it is an absolute honour to welcome you all to today's ceremony. As the Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Education, Health and Human Sciences, it is my pleasure to be the first to congratulate our amazing students on your amazing achievements. Well done. It's been quite a journey for everyone over the last few years. Many of you started your courses during COVID with the challenges that raised, but you've persevered and you've succeeded. Most recently, you've managed to get here today. You're in time, in robes, looking very smart with very nice fitting hats, wearing death-defying shoes, which we will see more of later, and you're looking really well. I'm told it was easier to get a ticket to the Madonna concert last week than it was to get a hairdresser appointment in Greenwich this morning. I myself have been there since 6 a.m. So in celebration of both your resilience and your elegance today, I would like to start the ceremony by asking every single person to put your hands together and give a huge round of applause for the graduates of the University of Greenwich. Now, that was good, but I think you're holding something back from us. Do you think so, Vice-Chancellor? Yeah. I mean, you might think, oh, I'm in a chapel, I can't make much noise. But you can make as much noise as you can, because this roof has not come down yet this week. Okay, so as loud as you possibly can. We'll try it again. 3, 2, 1. Now that's much, much better, but during the ceremony today, feel free to make as much noise, shout, whoop, do whatever you want to do. It is your celebration today. You're here to celebrate these wonderful people, so make as much noise as you want to. I promise you, the foundations are very stable. It is an absolutely fantastic chapel, and it's part of our university's 130-year history. As a seat of learning in which we take enormous pride. The heritage is one of the high standards of teaching, of research, of enterprise, and the reason why thousands of students come across the world each year to join us in the faculty. We continue to build and enrich our legacy every year, and last year was no different. There are far too many fantastic achievements to go into them all now, but I do want to say a little bit about a few. The School of Education currently works successfully in partnership with 250 early years settings, 486 primary schools, 27 multi-academy trusts, 190 secondary schools, and 30 colleges in South East London and Kent. And this June, we and our partner schools and colleges were visited for a week by 15 Ofsted inspectors. And there were people in this school who didn't sleep for about a week. But as a result of the very hard work that they do, and the students that you are, and some of you did speak to the inspectors, we were pleased and proud that our partnership received a good rating across all 4 phases of teacher training. And that was thanks to the hard work, especially of the people sitting behind me. So could I ask for a round of applause for them for the incredible work they did? This year, we've been pleased to see how we are successfully expanding our global profile of school education. Our distance learning international postgraduate certificate in education, an online programme, which is recruiting experienced teachers across many different countries, We've seen a continued expansion of our MA in education, which this year alone has over 100 students from different countries. And Rania here is our programme leader and has led that magnificently. We're also seeing an expansion of our education doctorate, and we've been seen more and more as the place to come and do your research training. We continue to have a major impact on education policy and practice across the UK. Dr. Roger MacDonald's involvement as President of the UK Literacy Association and Professor Jenny Field's leadership of the South East Maths Hubs, which directly contribute to ongoing professional development of teachers across their careers. We also have a range of fantastic links with charities. Professor Jill Jameson is working with Second Wave Youth Arts to help frame public discussion on young people's relationship with the police. And this work successfully got a Queen's Anniversary Award in 2021. We also continue through our Institute of Life Course Development to undertake research and knowledge exchange that has significant national and international impact. Dr. Sajid Humanan is being funded by the Youth Endowment Fund to evaluate family therapy interventions to reduce child criminal exploitation. We're also pleased that we've had a number of our staff who have been awarded the very prestigious title of National Teaching Fellow. And most recently, Dr. Gemma Massey received her award this month. There have also been some wonderful individual successes by our students in recent years, confirming just how our students are outstanding with endless potential. Many of our students go on to be national leaders, so no pressure there, guys. Elizabeth Takia, who completed her postgraduate certificate in 2015, is the Chief Executive Officer and founder of the Wandsworth-based A2I Dyslexia. It's a social enterprise that aims to raise awareness of dyslexia and other specific learning disabilities in the local community. Suzanne Sweeney, who graduated in early years in 2015, is now the director of the London Neonatal Network, hosted by Guy's in St Thomas's, one of the largest and most noted NHS hospitals in the country. And she received an OBE in 2020 for transforming the care of very sick preterm babies. Angela Barry, also an OBE, graduated with a BA Education in 1985 and is now seen as a national leader of education. A former head of a multi-trust academy, is one of the government's team of head teachers who support schools going through challenging circumstances. And finally, you might not know this, but Crystal Palace and former England manager Roy Hodgson completed his certificate in education, focusing in PE, in 1972. So we're always keeping an eye on what you're going to be doing. So for them and for all of the successes that we have seen, can we get a round of applause for the work that's been done? If you set your mind and heart to it, I know that all of you can achieve extraordinary things. Just like so many of the alumni who once sat in the same seats that you're sitting in now, not so long ago. There are many more examples of our graduates who've gone on to become world leaders, presidents, prime ministers, Nobel Prize winners, influential campaigners, head teachers, musicians, business leaders. And if you're interested, have a look at the website on the Greenwich Portrait series, just so you can get a little tip of where to go next. I know that all of you can achieve extraordinary things, just like so many of the alumni that we have had before. In all that you do, give 100%, unless, of course, you're giving blood. You are Team Greenwich, and you will take your time and experience with us for the rest of your professional lives. We are so proud of each and every one of you, and I, along with everyone in the university, look forward with interest to see how your careers develop and how you will shape the future. Graduating and going out into the professional world can be daunting, but we have full faith that each and every one of you will go on and do amazing things and have long and impactful careers. For today and for the future, I offer you my very best wishes and sincere congratulations on your achievement. And I will finish by drawing on the words of that great social reformer, Eleanor Roosevelt, who said that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Greenwich graduates of 2023, dream big and go change the world. Thank you.
Greenwich Students' Union Officer, Laziz Tokarov.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm very happy to be here and to see all of you graduate today. My name is Laziz. I'm an elected GSU officer for 2023-2024 from Greenwich Students' Union. So I represent and work for you and all students studying at Every Hill, Greenwich and Medway. I'm honored to be here today to share the celebration with you and your loved ones. After years of hard work, late nights in the library, essays, labs and exams, you made it, you did it, and we couldn't be prouder. Let's have a cheer for you. Now let's also make some noise for our friends, colleagues and peers who shared this journey with us, who laughed with us, sometimes panicked with us, but ultimately who got us here today. Cheers to them. Finally, let's give a cheer for those who have supported us, the academics, the support staff, the student leaders, and of course, our loved ones. We couldn't have done it without your patience, your guidance, and your kindness. Cheers to them. And now today, you become alumni, part of a fantastic community of Greenwich students who, no matter where they go, always have a home here. I know you're going to do amazing things and share the lessons that you have learned over these years with others. You, as a Greenwich graduate, will take pieces of us with you and continue to build this community. I'm so proud to be here today to see you begin this next chapter. Thank you for letting me be a part of your story. Enjoy, reminisce, and most of all, celebrate. Thank you.
Vice-Chancellor, we now come to the conferment of an honorary degree of the University of Greenwich. I call upon Ian Kitchener, Head of School of Education, to present to you Alice Moody.
Vice-Chancellor, Alice Emily Eliza Russell was born in Bermondsey, South East London, in 1921. She lived with her parents, Wally and Lizzie Russell, her two elder brothers, and her younger sister. From 1939 to 1941, Alice studied for her teacher certificate at Avery Hill Teaching College, which is now a part of the University of Greenwich. This was the start of an inspirational teaching career which would span Alice's entire working life. After qualifying, Alice taught at Stamford Hill Boys' School in Hackney before being evacuated with children to Hartington Mandeville in Somerset during the Second World War. While there, she met her future husband, Leslie Moody, and married him in 1945. Over the next 13 years, Alice taught in schools in Bradford-on-Avon, in Trowbridge, and in 1960 she was appointed head of Staverton Primary School in Trowbridge, a position she held for 21 years until her official retirement. The school faced closure during this time, but Alice and her pupils' parents fought successfully to keep it open. If a war didn't stop Alice from teaching, retirement certainly wouldn't, and she continued to teach children to read on a voluntary basis. She also visited local schools to give talks about her evacuation during the Blitz and what life was like in those days. Vice-Chancellor, as well as a career-long passion for education, Alice has long been community-minded. She volunteered for Holy Trinity Church, was a member of the Holt Women's Institute and BOA Mothers Union, was a volunteer at Lackham College of Agriculture, advocated for her community on road safety, and has written to Prime Ministers and MPs on social issues on a local and national level. It was heartwarming to learn that on Alice's 100th birthday, she received messages from several former pupils telling her about the positive impact she had had on their lives. In recognition of her long devotion to education, I am delighted to present you Alice Moody for the conferment of the degree of Honorary Doctor of Education, or honoris causa.
Alice Moody and her daughter, Pam Aspey.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Pam, Alice's daughter. At 102 years of age, Mum has poor eyesight and hearing, so I'm going to read her words of acceptance. I will tell you later whether I get a 10 out of 10. These are my mum's words. Vice-Chancellor, Deputy Dean, distinguished guests, graduates, family and friends. I wish to thank the University of Greenwich for considering me for this most prestigious award of honorary doctorate. I humbly accept. When I first heard about the award, I felt I did not deserve it. Why would I be awarded this? I then felt very honoured. I wish to also take this opportunity to thank the London County Council. It was with their support in 1932 that I started on my road in education and to my teacher training at Avery Hill. Being brought up in the East End of London, I saw firsthand that many adults were unable to read or write. This, in turn, had the effect of depriving them of the great pleasures that life had to offer. This was to become one of my driving forces, to enter into the life of teaching, to change lives. I believe there is something within us all that draws us to the profession. The other driving force was to become a primary teacher. In the early 1940s, primary education was very poor, and I felt my road in life was to teach primary children the basics of education. As a head teacher of a village school, I had the opportunity to teach in a close community and make decisions that benefit children, staff, and the school. I often reflect on my teaching career. I enjoyed it, and I felt I gave it my best. Graduates, let me add my congratulations to you all for your success after your dedication and hard work in your studies. You are now on your road of life in education. Teaching gives us the opportunity to influence and to make a difference to young lives, to set them up for their future. It can be fulfilling and rewarding. It can be challenging. There may be times when support is needed. Always reach out and accept that support. It will see you through difficult times. On your journey, there will be difficult decisions to be made. Follow your heart. from my experience, I believe that if you do what you enjoy in your life, then you will do well in your life. Who knows, in 80 years' time, some of you may be standing here and receiving your honorary doctorate. I do hope so. Thank you.
Vice-Chancellor, I now call upon Rania Hafiz, Associate Professor of Education and Society, to present to you award holders from the Faculty of Education, Health and Human Sciences.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the award holders from the Faculty of Education, Health and Human Sciences. But first, in addition, from the School of Computing, Mathematics and Science, degree of Bachelor of Science Computing, studied at Oswald College, Nairobi, Mustafa Natif Jama. From the School of Education, for the Professional Certificate in Education, Further Education and Skills Sector, Charlene Cumberbatch, who also receives the Garnet Prize for Outstanding Coursework, Final Year Project Education. Sophie Iram Jamil. Frederick George Mann. Ashley Louise Williams. For the Professional Graduate Certificate in Education, Further Education and Skills Sector, Emily Elizabeth Lincoln. Darren Champreet Singh. For the Professional Graduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Maths, Mahmoud Abu Sha'ra. For the Professional Graduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Physical Education, Aaron James Burnley. Charlie Gregory. Sean Simon James. Arfan Muhammad Janjua. Rhiannon Spellman. Georgia Lucy Tyler. Toby James Wilkes. For the postgraduate certificate in education for the education and skills sector, Eugenie Effie Apia. Farhana Begum. Suad Ben Al-Baida. Rhonda Best. Christine Ellen Carroll. Sherpel Gould Davicular. Sarah Virginia Farina. Tasneem Ullah Hydrani. Charlotte Emma Bach Haywood. Moyosola Omotayo Ebe. Muhammad Omar Arfan. Evelyn Onabamioya Obigo Isaac. Michael Kusi, sorry. Jiao, okay. Michael Kusi Jiao. Risham Tariq Mirza. Chinedu Justina Okori. Selma Sadqiya Omokaro. Atiq Rahman Chisti. Imogen Grace Taylor. Zara Ursula Thomas. Ashley Charles Sturck. For the postgraduate certificate in education, primary professional development, Colchester Skit, Karen Clark. Maisie Philippa Grace Collins. Phoebe Dyball. Madeleine Harvey Nevin. Tracy Murray. Gemma Story. For the postgraduate certificate in education, secondary professional development, Colchester Skit, Robert Avery. Olivia Clark. Molly Grace Frost. Anthony Hawk. Kieran Harvey Piggins. Charlotte Hood. Charlotte Holson. Laura Jacobson. Rebecca Jago. Darren Leopard. Aisha Quinn. Sophie Reed. For the postgraduate certificate in education, secondary maths, Sana Abudlal. Ruth Ejikahayu. Shova Khatiwada Pudel. Pei Su Liu. Rajveer Kaur Matharu. Ihioma Uchechi Onegbu.
Pronounced Isles.
For the postgraduate certificate in education, secondary physical education, Chloe Jessica Rose Isles. Misha McLeod. For the postgraduate certificate in education, secondary science with biology, Kwabena Andrew Konadu Buadi. For the postgraduate certificate in education, secondary science with chemistry, Miranda Isaac Ekpenyong. Kafayat Enyola Eletu. Mariam Hussein. For the postgraduate certificate in education, Dipthi Mohandas. For the postgraduate certificate higher education, Manuela Quia Karnari. Rebecca Elizabeth Kornek. Caroline Kerry Zara Don. Darini Hansji. Sarah Jane Harris. Ethel Nicola Rug. Julie Smith. Constanta Stern. For the degree of Master of Arts, Education, Anwalwopu Adewumi. Mariam Ejaz. Nusrat Jahan Aisha. Olafunke Molakun Aina. Juvia Ajumon. Nefemi Olwafakiemi Ankinola. Uzoma Onyenyechukwu Akuneduziobi. Muhammad Noman Ali. Mohira Ashurova. Mariam Olufunke Balogun. Emily Grace Bennett. Okwachukwu Daniel Ben Obi. Christiana Abiodun Wael Baluwaji. Tasneem Islam Chowdhury. Chinonso Faith Ekbujo. Bethany Grogan. Crisovalanti Emilia Kolumpraki. Alia Sheikh Mohammed. Victory Chidima Nwakchukwu. Ethelterry Chinonso Konderu. Margaret Olusola Oguntimehin. Oluwakemi Benneth Onye. Tobeshi Gertrude Onyeka. Alicia Paraskeva. Brooke Parkinson. Eleanor Elizabeth Salisbury. Laura Jane Stevens. Peter Robert Stacey Stubbs. Scott Robert Tyndall. Ozma Omer.
Last one to me.
For the postgraduate certificate in education, further education and skills sector, Simone Charlotte Thomas Hampshire. For the degree of Doctor in Education, in recognition of a program of work entitled A Study of Pre-Registration Midwifery, Perinatal Mental Health Education, and the Preparedness of Newly Qualified Midwives for Post-Registration Practice, the degree of Doctor of Education is awarded to Oleyemi Abeni Onilude. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, in recognition of a program of work entitled Migrants, Histories and Experiences of Play, Disruption, Continuity Education. The degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Emily Florence Barker. In recognition of a program of work entitled Making Sense of Higher Education, a comparative study of higher education in England and Poland through its impact on Polish graduates living in England, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Isabella Joanna Benish. In recognition of a program of work entitled Literacy for Specific Purposes, an evaluation of the effectiveness of a bespoke curriculum on literacy, health and well-being of young people in a further education college in the United Kingdom, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Diola Malaika Bilchut. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the list of award holders from the Faculty of Education, Health and Human Sciences.
I now call upon the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Greenwich, Professor Jane Harrington, to confer the awards.
I now come to the formal part of the ceremony, so I would like to ask all of our lovely graduates if you could stand up for me, please, and face your family and friends. Thank you. So by virtue of the powers vested in me as Vice-Chancellor of the University of Greenwich, I confer upon all those who have been presented the title, award and honours to which you are entitled. So in other words, you are all now graduates. Well done, everyone. And you may sit down now, thank you. Now, as the Vice-Chancellor and Chief Executive Officer of the University of Greenwich, it is my absolute honour and privilege to formally congratulate each and every one of you on graduating today. It is a day of celebration, and it is absolutely fantastic that we can celebrate with so many of you. Today is a really important day for you, but also for those of you who have supported you along the way. And I'd like to encourage you to take a moment to think about the people who have helped you to get here today, your family, your friends, your lecturers. And I know that you want to thank them, so what I'm going to do in a second is I'm going to ask you to stand up, to face your family and friends again. I'm going to count you in 3, and I think we should really show them how much you appreciate them. And there's no pressure, but this is our last ceremony for this faculty for this week. And they're quite keen that you can really make a bit of noise. So are you up for it? Yeah, okay. If you could stand up and face your family and friends. And, okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, just stay standing a minute. Just stay standing a minute. I'm just going to check. Now, Deputy Dean, that's not quite the loudest, is it? No. Head of school? No. Staff, do you think they could do better? Colleagues? Yes. Yeah, we all think you could do a bit better than that. Yeah. So are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Lovely. I think they have really appreciated you. And you can all sit down now. Thank you. Now, graduation marks the end of an important part of your lives and the beginning of the next. And we know that each of you has taken a really unique journey to get to this moment. And as you walk out today, you are taking with you wonderful memories, friends that you've made, skills that you've gained, and each and every one of your accomplishments. So what I'd ask you to do over the next few days is to sit somewhere quietly and allow yourself time to really list those accomplishments so that whenever in your life you need something to actually turn to and remind yourself of what you can achieve, it's always there for you. Now, many of you will have juggled multiple responsibilities, cared for your families, and persevered despite all the challenges that life has thrown at you. You did not give up, you are here, and you are graduating. So you have every right to be incredibly proud of your achievements, to be incredibly proud of your resilience, and to be incredibly proud of the determination that you've shown. Always remember that because you did it. Now, throughout the last year, the University of Greenwich has also had some amazing success. We've been named by Student Crowd as the best UK university in 2023, and that's the only independent award that's based entirely on student reviews. And this outstanding result really is a testament to the dedication and work of all of our wonderful staff in the university. And it's also everything that we've been able to do to support students in enriching their overall experience with us. Now, throughout the past year, our teams have worked tirelessly to provide extensive cost of living support, including doubling our hardship fund, giving out vouchers, providing free meals and much more. And we've also made some really significant investments in our mental health and wellbeing service, expanding our provision to include a wider range of in-person and online drop-in sessions. Now, we really hope that each of you made everything that you could of all of the different events and activities and societies that have been available for you. These activities were really designed to foster personal growth, enhance your skills, and create memorable experiences. Now, in June, the university achieved a significant milestone by being ranked among the top 100 global institutions in the Times Higher Impact Rankings. And this measures our contribution to society and the planet. And what we're particularly proud of is that we've been ranked 20th in the category of reducing inequalities. We also have some absolutely amazing research happening in the university, and it makes a real difference to people's lives locally and across the globe. And I'm just going to mention 2 examples today. So Professor Josh Davis is researching super recognizers. These are people who have exceptional capacity for memorizing and recognizing unfamiliar faces, and that in turn supports national and international police forces. Also, Professor Rosanna Pacella, director of our Institute for Life Course Development, is part of a worldwide partnership that's been looking at the prevalence of child abuse and neglect. And this year, results of her work reported in Australia are having a major impact on policy there. And so she's now working in partnership with the UK National Statistics Office to develop a new national survey and that will look at the prevalence of child abuse and neglect in the UK. So both really important pieces of research, I'm sure you'll agree. Now, finally, this year, the University of Greenwich has been ranked 8th in the People and Planet University League, and that really is a great achievement as we've climbed up 15 places. And our students always tell me that sustainability is their #1 priority. So this is a particularly special achievement for us because it recognises our green and ethical credentials. During the welcome speech, you've already heard of some of the absolutely great things that colleagues in your faculty have achieved throughout the last few years. And I'm going to ask us now to take a moment to recognise the wonderful faculty staff and the wider teams that work at our university, because no institution exists without its staff. And these are the people that have supported you through your time with us. So what I'd like to do is to ask all of the academic and professional service staff, including some of those of you who also got awards today, if you could stand up for me, please. There you go. And thank you for your applause, because what I was going to ask you to do, which you've already done, was to join me in thanking the Deputy Dean, the Head of School, and each and every member of staff in this university for everything they do to support our students and make the University of Greenwich what it is, which is a wonderful, friendly and supportive place to be. So from me to you, thank you. Thank you, and it's really special that some of our staff have got awards as well. I'm delighted by that, thank you. You can sit down now, thank you. Graduates, we want you to go out in the world and to be proud of the institution that you will always be part of. Our new Strategy 2030 is extremely ambitious about what the future holds for us and for our students. We want to have net zero carbon emissions, to ensure that all of our graduates have the best future for them, to be the best modern university in the UK, and to be in the top 30 in the Guardian League table by 2030. And we will do this, and we will do it by being inclusive, collaborative, and impactful, and by putting student and staff mental health and well-being at the core of what we do. So we promise you to continue to work really hard and continue to improve in the future so that you can always be proud of us. Graduates, as of today, you have joined a global alumni community that is now over 270,000 strong. And now more than ever, this community is a powerful resource to lean on. And they, along with the university, are here to help you progress in your graduate career and navigate the next stages of your journey. So on behalf of the University of Greenwich, I wish each and every one of you huge congratulations for your wonderful successes, and I can't wait to hear about your future successes. So well done and congratulations.
Vice-Chancellor, Deputy Dean, Your Worshipful the Mayor, honorary graduates, distinguished guests. That completes this afternoon's presentation of successful award holders of the University of Greenwich. Would guests please remain seated until the processions have left the chapel and await instructions from stewards. Thank you.